Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Hey everybody, welcome to tonight, to this Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, where it is that you're from, morning, noon, or night. I hope you guys are having a great day, great night, great evening, great Wednesday, where it is where you are. Thank you for joining me. My name is Clarence Causby. For those of you that do not know, I have published the book Soul Exchange, which will be republished under Reader's Magnet this year. Also, Talk to the Devil, Armageddon, and Erebus the Ranger. These are have all come out and been published already. I do have some books that's been heavily inspired by anime, manga, isekais, things like that. If you into anime and know what I'm talking about, then hopefully you'll love these books. The first book is Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, and the other one is, which I'll be talking about tomorrow, is the Cerberus Core. But tonight, and I do apologize, I don't have any pictures. Those pictures right there are pretty much like the prototypes. They were done by my friend Jose Negron, so he did those. I forgot to ask him about the book that I'm about to talk to you about tonight, which is Kurorensu the Blacksmith. So basically, Kurorensu is Clarence in Japanese. So what the book is about is this guy named Drew. He lives in New Jersey, and he's just sick of everything. He's sick of people, and he has this friend, and they go from the gym, they go to have lunch and stuff like that. And so basically, she just calls him an otaku, and he tells her, like, listen, like, that's a derogatory term. Don't call me that. She's like, all you do is just watch anime, play games, stuff like that. You're wasting your life away. You say you do a whole lot of stuff, but you really don't do nothing. And, they kind of get into an argument where he's just like, listen, I do a lot of things. You just don't believe when I tell you. He goes, one thing, not for nothing. He goes, I don't want to just see you as a friend. I wish I never met you, stuff like that. And he just leaves. So just to kind of put a pause on that, an isekai, for what most people may not know who don't watch anime, is in isekais, you're either summoned, you either wind up dying or get reincarnated into another world, or you play like an MMOR or an online game, something like that, and you somehow are stuck in the game, stuff like that. And so basically with him, like all scenarios of what usually happens in an isekai winds up happening in this one. He goes to the grocery store, get some groceries. As he's coming out, this family go across the street. Hey, Parker, how are you? I'm good. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you've been waiting for my life today. Yesterday got me looking forward to. Oh, thanks. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so today and tomorrow I will talking about the books that I have that are heavily inspired by anime. So, sit back, buckle up. It's going to be like a great fun ride talking about like anime and everything. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you like check out the books when they come out. I'm still working on them, but I'm close to being done with I'm actually close to being done with this one right here, Karensu the Blacksmith. So it's very exciting. Can't wait for it and everything to be like published. Like, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And so basically, the guy's name is Drew. So so this family walks out of a grocery store. There's a bus coming, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who know what isekais are like, oh, typical isekai. And so they're walking along. A bus is coming, about to hit like the child. So Drew hurry up, pushes the kid out the way, and the bus like misses him. So he's like, well, that's kind of strange. It almost seems like it's an isekai, supposedly. And so he's walking along, goes down a dark alleyway, and then he comes out. Next thing you know, he goes back to get some more groceries. There's a robber there. So the robber tries to attack him, and usually some isekais to where, like, what was it? And I got reincarnated as a slime, and I forgot what other one too, where they got attacked by a robber, died, and then got reincarnated. So, but this time, Drew, he, able to like defend off. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. How are you doing tonight? I hope everything is good. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate this so much. And, like the cops come, they arrest the robber, things like that. And he's just like, it's just kind of strange. Like, there's way too many, like, coincidences going on, of like being in like an isekai. And so, he's like, well, maybe my friend was right. Maybe she's right. Maybe I do watch too much anime. So he's like, nah, like, forget her. Like, who cares? And then all of a sudden, like, a bus comes along and is about to crash into him. A portal opens up. He gets grabbed, brought through the portal. The bus explodes, and he's met by like two goddesses, and they tell him like, listen, that you said that plenty of times that you hate that world. You wish you could be in an anime, stuff like that. So we kind of want to make your dreams come true. What would you like to change? And so basically, he goes, I just want to change my name and change my hair. That's all I want to change. And that's really, be strong, be powerful, just like in the animes. So he's like, okay, no problem. And he's like, but I want to change my name from being Drew to Kararensu, because I just think that's an awesome name. And they're like, okay, no problem. As you were conceptualizing Kararensu Blacksmith, can you share insights into the creative process? What inspired the storyline, characters, and how did you approach the development and narrative of the world within the book? So thank you so much for that, Cueto Jones. And basically, I've been wanting to do like a few anime books for like a while now, and I've been watching like tons of anime, and then I'm just like, one thing, I would love to do like a solid, full on like isekai. And so I thought about it. I'm like, okay, well, how can I do that? And then I'm like, okay, like isekais are usually this, and this. Get hit by a bus, you wind up dying, you're reincarnated, or you get summoned, stuff like that. And so I'm just like, why not just add like all the elements of an isekai, and of that nature. But I kind of took a different approach with how like things are done, like in anime and stuff like that, because in the book, Kurarensu asked them like, oh, I get powers. They're like, yeah, you get powers. Like, wait, magic? They're like, no, not magic. Magic is in a whole completely different realm and world and stuff like that, where you just have powers. They're like, okay. And so they're like, well, the thing is, do you want to be in a world that's peaceful and everything, or do you want a world where you have like monsters and a little bit of danger? He's like, well, one thing, the smart decision would be to have like a nice peaceful world and everything like that. He goes, but I kind of want a little bit of excitement, wouldn't mind being an adventurer, stuff like that, wouldn't mind having like some cool skills and stuff. It's like, okay, that's what you want. You got it. He was like, you will notice a change once you get to the world. So typical anime fashion, and I'm pretty sure those who watch anime will probably be able to relate. They open up a portal. He falls from the sky, hits the ground, and he's like, wow, you guys couldn't provide me like a pillow to like land on. So they drop a pillow, and the pillow falls on his head and everything. and then all of a sudden like screens start popping up everywhere, like you would see in Solo Leveling in the anime and other animes where they have like where it's like in like a video game, stuff like that. And he sees like all his skill levels are completely like maxed out, from his strength, agility, and all like any kind of skill that he could possibly use is unlocked. So for those that don't know about like MMORPGs or like online games like WoW, Final Fantasy, stuff like that, is what they call a holy trinity. Some games are kind of getting away from that, is because the holy trinity of games would be a tank, which pretty much has like a shield who can take a lot of damage, and basically their main goal is to have all the enemies focus on them while the team like does damage or support or stuff like that, and just to take all the hits and make sure that all the enemies are just focused on them. And then you have the DPS, which is damage per second, where they do like insane amount of damage, as much as damage as they possibly can to the enemy. And then you got like the support, which can be a healer, a buffer, debuffer, and stuff like that. Hi Rose, how are you? Thank you for joining me. What's your favorite anime? Overlord. Overlord is definitely my favorite anime of all time because I love the whole concept of Ainz Ooal Gown and everything. I love the characters like Albedo and Sebas and all of them. Like they're like such great characters. Plus, like the artwork is amazing, amazing. I think my second favorite anime would be How I Got Reincarnated by a Slime. Like I love that. I love that show so much. It's so good. I'm actually waiting for like the next episode of actually next season of both Overlord and How I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So I'm excited and can't wait for those. And so Koretsu, he starts feeling pain. He runs over to like a lake, and he sees like his whole body is changing. He has muscles now. He's getting like in shape. So he runs. I mean, how are you? Which book among your books feels a personal connection with? Ooh, that's a good one. Um, let me see. It's kind of hard to say, only because like I feel like a connection to each of them, but I definitely would say it would probably be this one right here, the Kurensu, the blacksmith, only because there's been multiple times I've seen like memes or times I'm just like, one thing, I wish I was living like an anime world. I wish I had like, powers. I wish I was overpowered. Wish I could, have like my own castle, like, have like max points, like all maxed out, stuff like that. Like, I would definitely say this one because I've said many times, and some of my friends actually agree too. They're saying like, I wish I was in an anime world because an anime world would be so much cooler. And despite all the dangers or being like in a certain type of video game, stuff like that would be amazing. Because like sometimes you're just like, one thing, like, okay, yeah, I'd rather be in the anime world than this one. Hi, Selma, how are you? Oh, do they have any meanings? Actually, they do. Let me see. So, like personal meanings I would have to say, um, like meanings like Soul Exchange, because this is from this one. A lot of people actually thought Soul Exchange was a sci-fi book. So this hand right here is supposed to be God's hand. This is supposed to be the devil's hand. Like the Adam sign right here is supposed to be like the soul. And so I try to like come up with ideas for book covers for that kind of like tell the story and accentuate the story of the book and everything. So I try to have the cover kind of match the story as much as possible. So, and thank you for liking the book covers. Actually, they're done by like this one right here, these two, and this one right here is done by my friend Arnaldo Rosado. So he's currently working on the cover, like these here, like this one, done by my friend Jose Negron. So basically, these are just prototypes. They're not the finished cover yet. But my friend Arnaldo Rosado, he's going to be currently working on like all my book covers. So he's going to be working on them, and it's going to be like very like in an anime type style. Hi, Carmen. How are you? God and science are not enemies at all. They work together to explain how the world works. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for your comment. And like, God, and I've seen like a lot of things where where like they have God and science come together, to explain this and that and everything like that. So yeah, absolutely. I definitely see where you're coming from. And so Kurenetsu, he's going. He's like, wow, okay, I got all these skills. I'm not really sure how to use them, and he has like knowledge of like how to use like his powers and everything. He's not really sure what to do now, but he goes into a town, um, and basically he sees like a blacksmith. He wants to make some money and everything, but he first goes to the Ventures Guild. And so, like, as for those that watch anime, know that when you put your hand on like a ball, like it'll determine like either your magic power or. But I kind of use like a Dragon Ball Z type thing where if you put your hand like on like this crystal ball or so, it would tell like your power level. And so there's like different like ranks. I think like I have like the ranks either from E or F to go up to like triple S. Triple S is like the highest you can be like as a ranked like adventurer. And so like everybody's completely shocked. He breaks the glass and everything, and it was like, well, wow, like we just got this now. It's supposed to be like able to withstand like the strongest power there was. So he does like goes out, does missions and everything. He sees like another blacksmith, and so basically, he teaches him how to be like a blacksmith and everything. He loves it, and he's like, wow. And the blacksmith was like, that's kind of impressive. Like, well, let me see your blade for a second. And he like scans like all the stats and everything. And he's like shocked because he's never seen like stats like that high like on a sword. And he's like, that's impossible. You're not supposed to even be able to have like those kind of stats for that. Oh, hey, Caitlin. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm glad you think so. That's amazing. I appreciate that. And so and I hope you enjoy, like, I hope you're here for tomorrow too, because I'm gonna be talking about like another anime book that I'm currently working on. I kind of finished, but I still got to do little tweaks here and there. Is the Call to Service Corps. I'm so excited about that one as well, and to share that with you guys. And so basically, throughout the time, like he loves to be a blacksmith, and then he kind of goes to this other town to find out what's going on because adventurers are being assassinated, and he needs to find out what's going on. So he runs and he's walking along and he gets pickpocketed by a thief. So the thief is running through a dark alley. He grabs the thief right by the throat. He's like, "Give me my money back." And so the thief's like, let me go, let me go. So then all of a sudden, like the hood falls off. He sees that it's like, so basically, the characters in this book are what's called a beastkin. So basically, they have like the shape, like the form of a human, but like within like animal bodies. So you'll see like a cat lady or a fox man or something like that. And so she's like, listen, like I'm really sorry, but I need to help my friends. So he's like, all right, you know what thing, I'll help you out. Like just give me my money back. So she gives him back the money, and so they find some guards beating up on her friends. And so like the thief is a fox lady, and her name is Zarana. So Zarana, so it's like they're like, listen, like we're here, like please let my friends go, stop beating up on them. So Kudorensu, he reaches into be Cora. What sparked your interest in writing this style of books? Oh, thank you for your question, Mildred. I really appreciate that. So I'm a huge fan of anime. I love anime. I've been watching anime. Ooh, I can't even remember now. Like I'm 44 years old. I've been watching anime since I was little. I think the first anime I ever watched was Akira. And so as I grew older, I kept watching more and more anime. I fell more and more types of anime. I just started watching a few years ago, like sports anime. It's been like amazing. It's not like sports. I'm like, sports. Who cares? Whatever. But okay. So like sport, but the sports animes are amazing. So I just love anime. But those aren't the only kind of books that I'm writing right now. But like these right here, I've been having like a want and an interest to do sort of like a manga anime type books. So, and my friend Arnold Rosado, he's going to be, so basically what it's going to be like when these books are published. So let's say on page 5, you'll see like what's going on in the book. And then on page 6, you'll see like he's going to make like a manga like illustration where you'll literally see what's going on in the story like as you read it. So it should be fun. And so I'm very excited about it as well. And so Kudorensu, he grabs the bag, just like a quick change with his powers where it has like 3 gold coins and rocks. tosses at the guard. The guard doesn't know anything, and then like the guard gets like thrown back and shocked, and so eventually, they find out what's going on, and then they're gonna like wind up going after him. But Karensu, like, heroes, my mom also watching them too. Oh, really? That's so cool. That's awesome. Like, that's like amazing when like families can like watch anime together, like discuss like all the crazy things and watch like live action movies from anime to see like, kind of similar, kind of not so similar, stuff like that. So that's amazing. And so what it is, like Karensu, he befriends like like Zarana and her friends, and what he does is that he helps unlock them, like unlocks all their skills and kind of like trains them, to like better use their skills so they can be better prepared and everything. So guys, like it's gonna be like a very interesting story. So I just want to show everybody, like, because I love wrestling too. This is like my Bray Wyatt shirt. So like I love Bray Wyatt. Like he was absolutely amazing when he was alive. He's like and did like an awesome characters. So it was like fantastic. And like plus two, like when I do write, I'll either watch anime or listen to music and everything kind of help me along the way. So guys, I'm doing like a question and I'm doing like a giveaway all this week. So the question for tonight is so basically let me tell you about the giveaway first. So basically when you answer the question, if you get it right, you can, like email me at clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com, clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com. And what it is that you'll win any book you want from the books that I've already published or books that's coming out this year. Let me know what book you want. If there are ones that's coming out this year, when the books finally come out, I'll email you. I just need your mailing information. I'll sign the books for you and I'll ship them to you. So if you guys want, like, be ready for that. It's going to be absolutely amazing. For those that love anime and for those that just wants to read any of my books that's coming out, please be here Thursday at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here in the United States, depending on like wherever you are in the world. I'm going to be doing a special giveaway that day on Thursday where whenever I ask a question, you will be eligible to win copies of not only Cutter and Super the Blacksmith, but Clarence the Black Flame Warrior and the Service Corps. You'll get all three of them. I'll sign them and mail them to you. Okay. So the question for tonight is, whose shirt am I wearing from wrestling? If you can answer that, when I see you, or even if like after this has gone off, I'll reply to like on the comment section, and then you email me if you see it. Please check back constantly to make sure that I answered your question tonight. That I see you, that you replied, and then like I said, email me at and then if I reply, email me at clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com, and then give me your email address. Let me know what books you would like, and then I'll be more than happy to send them to you. Okay. So guys, like I really appreciate this. I've got 7 minutes left, which is cool. So I'm definitely, and make sure you guys be here. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for that, Elizabeth. Yeah. And the thing is that so basically when I have to talk about talking to the devil, a lot of people like, and I get it too. I call this book very controversial. I call it very controversial. Only reason why I say it's controversial because of what's in the book and things like that. And I know people say, well, why would you write that? And here's the thing. I can't write religious books. I can't. And I know that, here's this one. Here's Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange, Armageddon, and Talk to the Devil. These are all religious books. I can't write religious books. I'm telling you right now, I really can't. The only way I was able to write those religious books was because like God gave me the ideas, and I tell you because that is God, because like I got ideas, I could not shake them no matter what, whether it was like days or weeks, stuff like that. I could not shake the idea, and the only time I was able to get rid of the idea was like after I wrote the books, and that's the honest to God's truth. I don't know how to write religious books. I don't. Do you have a message for new writers inspired by? Yes, I do. First and foremost, don't think you're gonna make money quick. Don't do that at all, because you won't. Like, it's gonna take time. But it depends too. If you do independent or if you get, linked up with like a traditional publisher. So like that could depend on a lot of things. Also to and I had to learn this the hard way last year, because there was time like at the beginning of like last year, I hated it. I didn't want to write. I wanted to give up writing because I felt like things were going very slow for me. Nothing was really going. Like my books wasn't really selling. I wanted to give up, and then I kept getting ideas. Like ideas kept pouring into my head. I'm just like I don't care. I want to give up. Like screw writing. I don't want to do writing again. Forget writing. I don't care about writing anymore. But I kept getting ideas. I'm like, all right, you know one thing? I'm gonna keep writing. And then the thing was, and my mom even told me too. And she's like, listen, don't write if you're not in the mood for it. Because if you're not in the mood for it, like it's like nothing's gonna really come out of it. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, mom, no problem. So, but I tried it. I tried to write, when I wasn't really feeling it. And I think I got 5 words, like 5 words out of writing a book, and I was like, whatever, and I just stopped. But I remember going on vacation. Coming, do you sometimes feel see yourself? Yes, absolutely, I really do. And I think because I try to put myself in all the, and I try to put a little bit of myself in all the characters' books, from Soul Exchange to like even this one here, like Kurensu, the blacksmith. I definitely put like some aspects like of myself into like the protagonist, absolutely. And so I'm just like, I kind of want the people to kind of like know like little bits and pieces about me, maybe not be able to like, well, I wonder is this true? I wonder if that's about him or stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely do. And I remember like last year I was going on vacation. I was just staying at home vacation, and then it was weird because like 2 days before my vacation, like I had an urge to write, like I was like craving to write so bad. Like I've never had like an intense sensation or an intense like urge to just want to write. And so I was like, you know one thing, I'm not gonna write. As much as I want to write right now, like I don't want to write. I'm not gonna write until I go on vacation. As soon as I got on vacation, I was like, boom, 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 boom. I was knocking books out like I was like knocked out my first book like quickly. And then the second book I started writing like a lot, and then I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I want to try to hurry and get this done. And then like the third book came along, I was just like, oh, okay, no problem. Let me start on that too. So sometimes I usually work. I know it's kind of crazy to say I'll usually work on like 3 books, like I will get one time. Like if I'm like say one day I'm working on one book, I'm like, okay, let me go to this book, let me go to this book, and stuff like that. Hi, Cloudy, how are you? How would you describe your books in one word? That's a good question. Now, so I would say intriguing. I would say intriguing because I try my best to keep, readers like interested and invested like in the characters, the story, and plus two, I consider it intriguing too because I want people to really read my books, to kind of like be like an escape from like the real world, or if they're having like a bad day, if they're going through a situation, and they will like remember like, oh, one thing, like wow, like, that's something I was going through, and oh, so this is how that character deal with it. Okay, one thing, let me try this way. Oh, one thing, that worked, or like wow, like someone actually finally understands like how I feel, how I'm going through. I thought I was alone, stuff like that. So I would definitely say like intriguing for the most part for like all my readers and stuff like that. So we got like a minute left. So guys, I just want to say thank you all for coming. I really appreciate this. Make sure you guys come in, like make sure you guys are here for the rest of the week. Friday up to Friday, because that'll be like my last day. I'm going to talk about like the service core tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. I'm so psyched about that. Come for on Thursday too, where I'll be giving out like writers tips about my experiences and different like things I think maybe some new authors would maybe like to know and stuff like that. On Friday, it's gonna be just like a chill, laid back session where I'll probably ask you guys questions. You guys can ask me questions, stuff like that. It's gonna be a fun, great night. Well, great day for like Thursday and Friday, because Thursday and Friday I'll be on from 12 o'clock p.m. to 12:30 p.m. and then I'll be doing like some roundtable sessions Thursday and Friday night from 5 to 6. So make sure you guys are there for that. So once again, like if anybody watches wrestling, whose shirt am I wearing? If you can answer that, you have a chance of winning a free book from me of all the books that I published and those that will be published like later on this year. You get a free copy. Only one person can enter at one time. can win. I mean, only one person can win at one time. I want everybody to have a chance for a free book. But thank you guys so much for this great evening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your questions. I really appreciate this. It really means a lot to me that I get to share my journey with you. Get to, have some new fans and some new readers. I appreciate it, guys. Don't give up. If you said it's a book that you don't like, please bear with me. I got a lot more books coming, a lot more series coming on, like all kinds of genres, from horror to sci-fi to cyberpunk to suspense, everything like that. It's going to be great. Thank you again so much. I appreciate you guys joining me, taking time out of your busy schedule to join me live. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Have a great morning, wherever you guys are from. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow night to talk about the Cerberus Core. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Take care, guys. Bye.